success of this operation will lead us to victory. Received your report, Descendant. Well done. Unfortunately, despite your efforts, we have a serious security situation in Ingress. Corell's use of the Ironheart has upset the dimensional balance. Axion, where the balance between dimensions was already unstable, is being breached. We need to secure the Axion planes to keep Colossi from pouring in. Once the Void Storm subsides, we'll begin an operation to recapture the Axion planes. Until then, I need you for other high-priority missions. I know. I'm reluctant to surrender the area too. The Colossi that have appeared in the Axion plane seem to have evaded our radar. We haven't detected the distinctive wavelengths they emit when they die. I can't imagine that a Colossus that had made it as far as Ingress would have willingly turned back. There must be another reason. We'll find out when we retake the Axion planes. I'm sure we'll have another opportunity.
Seeing Albion in an uproar again means we must have had another huge guest. I have some information about our latest guest. Stop by when you have a moment. Magisters are probably humanity's real hope, don't you think? I heard that the arrival location of this Colossus was different than the previous time. It appeared in a place where the intercept network is useless. Well, that must be the Axion planes. Unfortunately, we can't upgrade the Void radar at the moment, but I can help you take on the Colossus. According to the data, your mobility equipment was actually a risk factor in this operation. You could have been caught by one of the Colossi. The power output is a critical issue. But for decommissioned equipment, it didn't perform too badly, so I suppose we shouldn't complain. And you are still going to have to use this equipment on the battlefield, aren't you? In that case, I have something for you. I was considering improving the performance of your mobility equipment. Try this prototype part first. We'll see how it performs in the field, and then if it can be improved.
Have you completed preparations? I'm glad you're safe, Descendant. The dimensional breach in the Axion planes has been stabilized. It seems the Vulgus wanted to avoid a Colossi invasion as well. Of course, this means Albion HQ halted the operation to reoccupy the Axion planes. A neutral zone has been established for both sides. If the fighting continues, another dimensional breach will open in the Axion planes. You seem unhappy with HQ's decision, Descendant. Balby seems to share your views. I've heard her say many times that water that leaks in can also leak out. But the void can't be thought of as water that can be bailed out. It's more like the abyss. The more we try to empty it, the more the monsters in there become interested in us. I hope you'll trust HQ's decision on this occasion.
Descendant. 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 I was able to extrapolate some interesting information using the data from Operation Sigma Sector. I do not believe the purpose of the Oblivions was to occupy Ingress. If it was, there was no reason to keep such a powerful force in Sigma Sector. This could have a lot of implications, Descendant. Perhaps Karel was not only after the Ironhearts in Ingress. Perhaps he desired Arche as well. And our troubles do not end there. In the midst of this chaos, the Vulgus have their sights set on the Axian Plains. The Axian Plains is the most dimensionally unstable place in Ingress. The Vulgus even created a dedicated force to invade it, which means the Axian Plains must be of great strategic value to them. What do they hope to gain from occupying the Axian Plains? So many questions. We should tackle them one at a time, starting with those that concern the Vulgus. If Gley will allow it, I need to explore the memories of her daughter Dia through Arche synchronization. Dia was an Oblivion commander, so she must have received orders directly from Karel. We need to find out what they were, and quickly. Descendant. Descendant. I remember the moment we first met. This place is the same as where we met then. A subconscious space formed by Arche. It was created based on the moment when Arche activity was at its peak in Dia's memories. Follow my voice. I need your Arche to analyze her memories. Look over there, Descendant. A memory that has been molded into a physical form. It has been made unerasable, no matter how hard she tries to forget it. It appears to have been created by coercive commands or brainwashing. We should investigate. This is a bulbous structure. Daya recognizes this place as a ship. She must have come to this place many times to have this information embedded in this way. Yes, this is a memory that was imprinted on Daya as an obliviant. The Vulgus ship that she boarded as a commander. Does this mean... Corral. Descendant, it is Corral. We must hurry. I told you this memory was forced into this shape, didn't I? Daya does not wish to remember this moment any longer. If we miss this opportunity, we may never see it again.
Corel, connection has been established with Cliphoff. However, the dimensional gap left behind by the destruction of the Ironheart will soon be sealed. The connection will not last.
Dominator! Can you hear my voice?
Sire! Is all well? I have been concerned for you,
My well-being is not important. Your report on the situation in Cliphoff.
Sire.
Did you not hear me? Your report on the situation in Cliphoff.
Forgive me, sire. But I thought with the dimensions connected, you would soon be returning to Cliphoff. The situation in Cliphoff is dire. Most of the key areas of the planet have been destroyed by the Colossi. The Legion of Darkness you left behind has been wiped out. The Order of Truth, including your humble servant, still resists. But time is running out.
Dominator! I have finally raised a legion that wields the power of the ancestors. Our analysis of the Colossi and our void research have provided more than sufficient means to save.
Sire, it appears there are not enough remaining Ironhearts. The dimensional gap is growing.
Dominator, if I strike the weakest point of the dimensional boundary on this planet, I can still reach Cliphoff with the remaining Ironhearts. Do not give up.
Sire, with all due respect, it is time to face reality. Such actions will only lead to the destruction of both worlds, and you will not stop the Colossi. Please, let go of Cliphoff. Join forces with the descendants of the ancestors for the great cause. You know that the enemy of all life is approaching from beyond the void.
Enough! I will hear no more of this. I will not give up on Cliphoff.
Sire, the dimensional gap is closing. Please, accept the truth.
Dominator! Dominator!
Corel,
Hope for the great cause, from the descendants, from the enemies of my home. Cliphoff and vengeance. I refuse to give up on either. My first descendant. Awaken those like you and prepare to march. I will use every means necessary to restore the Ironheart.
Corral. Descendant, I suggest we break the RK synchronization immediately. Daya's subconscious is building a defense mechanism. As soon as you leave this memory, I will terminate the synchronization. Hurry.
Okay, let's hear it. What is it that you need? Hey, Descendant. I heard you extracted a ton of military intel from Daya's mind. RK sure is useful. Wish I was a Descendant. Just a quick hop onto the teleportation pad and whoosh, you're there. If we had RK, we wouldn't need to take a transport just to repair one generator. Right, so, the generator. Well, after Operation Sigma Sector, we kept the wide-range Sieve radar running non-stop. Generator was already in rough shape, and that finally did it in. Anyway, at least Alpha's happy he can inspect the front lines and attend meetings in person now. If only he knew how I felt. Although, he did say that, but I think he actually came along because he's worried about Nell. Nell hasn't been herself lately. She looks troubled and she barely speaks during meetings. Looks like it's almost time for the meeting. I better hurry. Oh, and if Nell seems really down, just give Enzo a wink. You don't need to know what it means. It's our little secret. Just do it for me, all right?